Have you ever heard of the doomsday predicted to occur in 2012? The apocalypse, but in what form? Whenever we hear the term apocalypse, we often think of those final moments when events worldwide reach a climactic peak. But who set the doomsday date? It was none other than the Mayan people with their complex calendar system known as the Mayan calendar. Just imagine, they had an intricate calendar system comprising days, months, and years. It seems like they posed the question, when is the end of the world, since ancient times, and now we are still exploring and contemplating the enigmatic predictions they left behind. Interestingly, the sense of the end is embedded in their data. There are prophecies about major events that would occur, and those who came later are still researching and debating them. The Mayan calendar system appears to be genuinely significant if we want a clear understanding of time and celestial events. Things like sunrise, full moons, and other astronomical events were meticulously observed and accurately recorded by them. The Maya believed that time moves like the stars, following a repetitive pattern, allowing them to predict future events. Their calendar was not merely a tool to know what day it is, it was also a means to connect with the spiritual and agricultural world. It seems they understood the environmental cycles better and made unprecedented predictions based on their control over time. Even predicting the doomsday is related to their calendar system. At times, they believed that celestial events could foretell the decline of society or even the end of the world. It's like a mysterious encrypted message from the past that they left for use. They predicted that 2012 would be the doomsday, but we safely passed beyond that year. Earth also underwent significant changes, casting doubts on the Maya's prophecies. Why hasn't the doomsday occurred? Or is there another mystical aspect? The ancient Mayan civilization, distributed across Panama and other regions, was divided into periods: the pre-classic, classic, and post-classic periods. In the pre-classic period, they invented calendars and glyphs. The classic period was their golden age. The Maya used glyphs, established monuments, and developed architecture to its zenith. Before being invaded and eradicated by the Spanish, the Maya made 5 predictions about humanity's future. The first prediction foresaw the emergence of airplanes, cars, and other tools in modern society. The second prediction was about Hitler's birth and death dates. Then the third prediction stated that 2 world wars would occur. The fourth was a prediction about when their civilization would be wiped out. And the fifth prediction was about doomsday in 2012. The first 4 predictions were fulfilled, but no significant event occurred in 2012. Among the myriad of predictions about the Mayan civilization, the actualization of the initial predictions contributed to enhancing the credibility of their prophecies. They created a unique calendar with 260 days in a year, and the reason for this calendar's design remains unclear. The Maya believed in the cyclical nature of existence, where the appearance of doomsday heralds the beginning of a new era. The Mayan civilization did not vanish, but transitioned into a cycle, evolving into a new civilization. Records indicate that before humans appeared, 4 civilizations existed. The Zendaya civilization, or the superpower civilization, existed at least 300 million years ago. It is rumored that the Zendaya were the true indigenous people of Earth and had an ancient civilization close to the divine. This civilization notably possessed superpowers. When the African and South American continents were still one, the Zendaya civilization thrived on this landmass. Eventually, as the landmass split, moved, and was destroyed, the Zendaya civilization disappeared. Along with the Zendaya, as the continent disappeared, they returned to the other world and created the celestial realm, the canine realm, and the magical realm. The civilization of the second sun age in the Maya's prophecy is the Mictarlam civilization, also known as the culinary civilization, which appeared 150 million years ago. The Mataram people particularly focused on nurturing life. In this unique culture, the Miterlam civilization produced many longevity experts, such as doctors of longevity, doctors of endurance, and doctors of enhanced memory. Despite the Mataram people making progressive strides in food research and life, they aimed to achieve eternal life through food. Due to geological changes, the Muhtaram continent, which was warm, experienced heavy snowfall and fierce winds causing widespread freezing. However, a few Mataram individuals escaped this catastrophe and created a new civilization. This is the civilization corresponding to the Third Sun Age in the Maya's prophecy. According to Maya records, the Lemuria civilization is an extremely ancient civilization that developed 86,000 years ago. People in this civilization created magnificent cultures, developed maritime navigation and highly advanced architecture. The Lemurian continent's inhabitants had early commercial relations with other planets. Spaceships frequently visited, bringing rare items, gold, and precious gems. But the Lemurian continent was destroyed by volcanic eruptions. The Maya's metaphorical narrative, the civilization corresponding to the Fourth Sun Age, is the Atlantis civilization, dating back around 16,000 years. The Atlantis civilization evolved from the late Lemurian civilization into a super civilization. Later, on the Atlantis continent, a colonial dependency was established. These two civilizations coexisted for a while. Eventually, their conflict escalated, leading to a nuclear war. The famous American psychic Sheldon Niddle describes that 25,000 years ago, Atlantis allied with people from two other planets, attacking Lemuria. The Maya also said that Earth does not belong to humankind, but that humans belong to Earth. We are currently living in the Fifth Sun Age. The Maya's prophecy states that on December 20th, 2012, it is not the end of the world, but the beginning of humanity's spiritual awakening and rapid development. Human awareness of the universe will reach higher levels. Now let's delve into the mysteries of the Maya calendar. Don't worry, it's not complex mathematics. It's just a fun and fascinating way of looking at time. The Maya civilization has been studied by scientists and archaeologists for many years. Yet there are still many unexplained phenomena. One of the things that has puzzled scientists and archaeologists is the 819-day cycle of the Maya calendar. This 819-day cycle has left anyone attempting to decipher it scratching their heads if they focus solely on events within the 819-day cycle. However, if we widen the scope to around 45 years, it's a different story. According to researchers at Tulane University, by expanding the calendar time to 20 cycles of 819 days, nearly 45 years on Earth, a pattern emerges where the synodic period of all planets observable from Earth can fit into the 809-day calendar. So, it seems that the Maya observed the planets for nearly 45 years and then encoded this observation into a calendar format, which has left modern scientists scratching their heads for years. Firstly, what is a synodic period? It's when a planet is seen returning to its exact position in the sky, if observed from Earth. However, because each planet moves differently initially, scientists didn't understand how they related to the 819-day calendar. But now, with two researchers calculating over a period of 16,380 days, nearly 45 years, which equals 20 cycles of 809 days, it's become clearer. Mercury has a synodic period of 117 days, easily fitting into the 809-day calendar, as 809 days equals 7 times 170. Then, expanding a bit, looking at the scope of 20 cycles of 819 days, we can fit almost all the important planets into this calendar. The synodic period of Mars is 780 days, so 21 of these cycles equals 16,380 days, which is 20 cycles of 819 days, Maya calendar. Similarly, 7 synodic cycles of Venus equal 5 cycles of 819 days. 13 synodic cycles of Earth correspond exactly to 6 cycles of 819 days, and 39 synodic cycles of Jupiter correspond exactly to 19 cycles of 819 days. So, instead of limiting it to one planet, the Mayan astronomers looked at a larger system to create the 809-day calendar. which could be applied to every planet visible from Earth. According to Maya beliefs, December 21, 2012 marked the end of the 13th calendar cycle, the fourth era. It was the doomsday, after which the world would usher in a new chapter. On this day, the Sun, the ecliptic, and the Milky Way's equator would align perfectly. The Sun would be positioned exactly in the Milky Way's groove, like opening a gateway to the celestial realm on Earth. The righteous would be allowed to enter the new era, while the wrongdoers would be expelled. There were several scenarios that could have occurred on December 23, 2012, according to some conspiracy theories about the doomsday. Earth being attacked by another planet. The Sumerians, with their advanced scientific and technical knowledge, supposedly discovered the planet Nibiru and determined that it would collide with Earth on December 21, 2012. However, in reality, astronomers have found no evidence to prove the existence of Nibiru. Even Don Yeomans, the manager of NASA's Near-Earth Object Program, stated, "Nibiru is a hilarious joke because it doesn't exist. If such a planet were heading toward Earth on December the 21st, 2012, we would see it with the naked eye." Nevertheless, many still believe that NASA hasn't found Nibiru because it's hidden behind the Sun. Yeomans reiterated that this argument is unscientific. If Nibiru existed, we would have detected it. Planetary alignment. Another theory suggests that Earth, the Sun, and many planets in the center of the Milky Way galaxy would align in a straight line on December 21, 2012. This alignment would mean that the Sun, Earth, and the planets would no longer be just old companions, but would become neighbors in a line. However, the emphasis here is that the energy we receive from the Sun would suddenly increase, and we would face a catastrophic situation. However, let's pause for a moment and look at the facts. The Sun and planets don't always sit on a straight line. Sometimes we see the Sun and the Moon align in a straight line, but not every day. To wait for the Sun to move through the plane of the Milky Way, we would have to wait for millions of years, not tomorrow or even this year. Don Yeomans at NASA humorously added, "The phenomenon of planets aligning in a straight line won't happen on December 21st in 2012. Even if it did, it wouldn't cause any problems." Solarmstorm looking at the sky every day. Surely everyone has seen the Sun as a somewhat eccentric master, with threads of particles emanating around it. That's normal, and it has a cycle of about 11 years. Like a big vacation for the Sun, when those particles reach Earth, they can create beautiful auroras, and at the same time damage some satellites and power lines. In general, the Sun is like an interesting player, sometimes enthusiastic, sometimes resting. I remember back in 1859 when the Earth was hit hard by a massive solar storm. It was like a heavy blow to our system, causing the world's first light bulb to fail and making those telegraph machines freak out like crazy. It felt like the Sun was throwing a wild party and everyone had to wake up. In the past, there was a mysterious story that people often mentioned. Humanity will witness the reversal of Earth's magnetic field in 2012. According to supporters of this scenario, this would be a real doomsday event when the Earth's magnetic poles suddenly swapped positions. This scene would throw the world into chaos, cause the oceans to rise and the Earth to escape from Mother Nature. Some researchers speculate that the connection between galaxies could change, or even the Earth's axis of rotation could reverse. This would lead to changes in the magnetic field. A sudden change in the magnetic field would mean something sudden happening to the momentum of the tools inside the Earth, leading to Earth's rotation. Once Earth continually reverses, you won't have another chance, like a domino effect triggering a series of large earthquakes, not to mention 7 or 8 Richter scale earthquakes, but even more with 12 or even 20 Richter scales. It could turn continents into oceans or vice versa. However, this is just a scenario, not reality. Scientists say that Earth's magnetic field reversal indeed happens, but it occurs very slowly, and certainly not in 2012. They explain that the gravitational pull from the moon keeps the Earth spinning steadily, making it difficult for the reversal of Earth's magnetic field to occur. This reversal cycle lasts for hundreds of thousands of years, not just a few days or months. What we can do, if we really want to face this event, is to change the compass direction rather than worrying about the Earth's rotation. Although the predicted doomsday of 2012 did not occur, in reality, from 2012 to the present, our human species has experienced numerous natural disasters such as tsunamis, earthquakes, floods, and epidemics that have claimed countless lives. Perhaps this is the wake-up call that the gods want humanity to realize. In addition to the prophecies about the end of the world by the Maya, there is another mysterious aspect that also prophesied about the day Earth would be purified. That is the legend of the 13 crystal skulls. According to Maya ancestors long ago, there were 13 crystal skulls that could speak, sing, and contain wisdom. One day, they could emerge into the world, akin to a myth or legend. It wasn't until the early 1990s that two filmmakers found the first crystal skull in an ancient temple in the Guatemalan rainforest, astonishing everyone. Over a decade later, more crystal skulls appeared as foretold by the prophets. On October 9, 2010, 4 elder chiefs of the Maya tribe gathered all 13 crystal skulls in New York City, reminding the world of the Maya prophecy. When the 13 crystal skulls unite, it marks the transition between the old and the new world. In the memory of the Maya people, an earthquake occurs due to the spirit of humanity being corrupted. A tsunami arises from the moral decay of humankind. An epidemic spreads as a result of the deteriorating nature of humanity. There is no doubt that the Maya created the most complex calendar